Project Management Professional Training Session 18 Part 4. Chapter 12. 1. Answer. A. A is the correct answer because it's true. B is an incorrect answer because the direct and manage project work process only process the approved change requests. C is an incorrect answer because the monitor and control project work process generates and does not process the change requests. D is an incorrect answer because there is no standard process called process change requests. 2. Answer. A. A is the correct answer because changes can happen and need to be processed throughout the lifecycle of a project. B, C, and D are incorrect because change requests can be requested by processes spread across the process groups. 3. Answer. A. A is the correct answer because the recommendations for corrective and preventive actions and change requests must be processed through the Perform Integrated Change Control process for approval. B, C, and D are incorrect because changes and recommendations are approved through the Perform Integrated Change Control process. 4. Answer. B. B is the correct answer because approved change requests are implemented through the direct and manage project work process. A is incorrect because project management is performed through processes. C is incorrect because the Perform Integrated Change Control process is used to process the change requests, and not to implement them. D is incorrect because the monitor and control project work process generates the change requests and does not implement them. 5. Answer. B. B is the correct answer because performance reports are input into the Perform Integrated Change Control process. A and C are incorrect because the monitor and control project work process generates performance reports and does not need them, and performance reports are not input into the close project process. D is incorrect because there is no standard process with this name. 6. Answer. C. C is the correct answer, and the others are not, because the Ishikawa diagram is a tool used in both the quality control and manage quality processes to explore all the potential causes of a problem. 7. Answer. A. A is the correct answer because a control chart is used to plot the results to determine whether they are within the acceptable limits. B is incorrect because a cause and effect diagram, also called an Ishikawa diagram or a fishbone diagram, is used to explore all the possible causes of a problem. C is incorrect because inspection is done to examine whether an activity, component, product, service, or result conforms to specific requirements. D is incorrect because a scatter diagram is used to find the relationship between two variables, such as cause and effect. 8. Answer. B. B is the correct answer because a cause and effect diagram can be used to identify the potential effects of defects, start fixing the defects with the worst and most unacceptable effects. A is incorrect because a control chart is used to plot the results to determine whether they are within acceptable limits. C is incorrect because inspection is used to determine if a product conforms to a standard. D is incorrect because a scatter diagram is used to find the relationship between two variables, such as cause and effect, or two causes. 9. Answer. B. B is the correct answer because, by using statistical sampling, you will pick a few samples of the code at random and get them reviewed. The results will represent the quality of the whole code, statistically speaking. A is incorrect because this is not an unreasonable demand. C is incorrect because testing tools cannot serve the purpose of a code review, and the customer wants the code review. D is incorrect because you have limited resources. 10. Answer. C. C is the correct answer because quality control measurements are an output of controlling quality. A, B, and D are incorrect because all these items are included in the input to quality control. 11. Answer. D. D is the correct answer because change control tools are a technique listed to be used in the Perform Integrated Change Control process. A, B, and C are incorrect because all of these are tools and techniques for the control quality process. Remember, the cause and effect diagrams are also called Ishikawa diagrams and fishbone diagrams. 12. Answer. D. D is the correct answer because risk-related recommendations for corrective actions are the output of the risk monitoring and controlling process. A, B, and C are incorrect because the outputs of these processes do not include recommended corrective actions. 13. Answer. A. A is the correct answer because the recommendations for corrective and preventive actions and change requests must be processed through the integrated change control process for approval. B, C, and D are incorrect because changes and recommendations are approved through the integrated change control process. 14. Answer, C. C is the correct answer because there is no document called Risk Response Management Plan. The risk response-related activities are inserted into appropriate project and plan documents. A, B, and D are incorrect answers because they all are true statements. 15. Answer, B. B is the correct answer because work performance information is an output of the monitor risks process, not its input. A, C, and D are incorrect because these items are included in the input of monitoring risks. 16. Answer, B. B is the correct answer because the deliverables must go through the validate scope process before going through the close project process, and before the scope can be validated, they must be verified through the control quality process. A is incorrect because the deliverables must be verified through the control quality process before their scope can be validated. C and D are incorrect because the control procurements process must be performed before you have all the accepted products that will go through the close project or phase process. 17. Answer, B. B is the correct answer because the deliverables accepted through procurement closure must go through project closure to hand them over to the customer or the sponsor. A, C, and D are incorrect because all these activities are part of the control procurements process. 18. Answer, A. A is the correct answer, and the others are wrong, because control procurements uses work performance data generated by the direct and manage project work process, and itself generates change requests, which would be processed through the perform integrated change control process. Chapter 13. 1. Answer, A, B. A is the correct answer because the project charter is an input to collecting requirements, and the requirement documentation, an output of collect requirements, is an input to creating the WBS. B is correct because the scope and quality depend on requirements, and the verified deliverables, an output of control quality, is an input to validating the scope. C is incorrect because requirements are an input to defining scope. D is incorrect because verified deliverables, an output of control quality, is an input to validating the scope. 2. Answer, B. B is the correct answer because the control account is the node in the WBS that is used as a control management point where scope, schedule, and cost are integrated for the purpose of monitoring and controlling the performance, e.g., comparing with earned value. A is incorrect because the code of account is the number system used to uniquely identify each work package. C and D are incorrect because there are no standard terms called management account and performance node to refer to any node in the WBS. 3. Answer, C. C is the correct answer because the correct action here is to find the source of the change requests and process the requests through the perform integrated change control process. A is incorrect because you are taking action without doing your homework, investigation. B is incorrect because you should not let anyone apply changes without their having been approved. D is incorrect because the correct course of action here is to find out the source of the change request and ensure that the request goes through the approval process. 4. Answer, A. A is the correct answer because there is no room for float times on the critical path. B and C are incorrect because the critical path controls the finish date only for a given start date and vice versa. D is incorrect because the critical path is the longest sequence in time, not the shortest. 5. Answer, C. C is correct because the team member is offering a valid reason for the change, and it does not affect the finish date of the project. However, you must change the schedule to reflect the new duration estimate. B is incorrect because you must change the schedule to reflect the new duration estimate that you accepted. A is incorrect because you do not need to consult with the functional manager in making this decision because the team member is offering a valid reason for the change, and it does not affect the finish date of the project. D is incorrect because this change does not qualify to be processed through the integrated change control process. The key line in the question is, activity is not on the critical path. 6. Answer, B. D is the correct answer because control resources is used to synchronize planned, allotted, and used resources. B and D are incorrect because the control resources process is used to synchronize planned, allotted, and used resources. C is incorrect because there is no standard process named manage resources. 7. Answer, B. B is the correct answer because the formula for earned value is EV equals BAC times work completed / total work required, which means EV equals $600,000 times 5 miles/15 miles equals $200,000. A is incorrect because $160,000 is the actual cost, AC, and not the earned value, EV. C is incorrect because earned value is proportional to the fraction of work performed and not the fraction of time passed. D is incorrect because $600,000 is the budget at completion, BAC, not the EV. 8. Answer, C. C is the correct answer because the formula for planned value is PV equals BAC times time passed/total schedule time, which means PV equals $600,000 times 3 weeks/12 weeks equals $150,000. A is incorrect because $160,000 is the actual cost, AC, and not the planned value, EV. B is incorrect because planned value is proportional to the fraction of time passed, not the fraction of work performed. D is incorrect because $600,000 is the budget at completion, BAC, not the PV. 9. Answer, A. A is the correct answer because the formula for cost variance is CV equals EV, AC, which means CV equals $200,000 to $160,000 equals $40,000 billion is incorrect because CV is equal to EV, AC, not EV, PV. C is incorrect because it calculates the total cost for 12 weeks based on the AC for 3 weeks and then subtracts it from the BAC, which is the wrong method to calculate CV. D is incorrect because it calculates the total cost for 15 miles based on the AC for 5 miles and then subtracts it from the BAC, which is the wrong method to calculate CV. 10. Answer, B. B is the correct answer because the formula for schedule variance is SV equals EV, PV, which means SV equals $200,000 to $150,000 equals $50,000. A is incorrect because SV is equal to EV, PV, not EV. AC, C and D are incorrect because SV is measured in units of cost, not in units of time. 11. Answer, B. B is the correct answer because a CPI value greater than 1 means the cost performance of the project is better than planned, and an SPI value of greater than 1 means the schedule performance of the project is better than planned. A, C, and D are incorrect because a CPI value greater than 1 means the cost performance of the project is better than planned, and an SPI value of greater than 1 means the schedule performance of the project is better than planned. 12. Answer, D. D is the correct answer, and B is incorrect, because the integrated performance measurement baseline refers to schedule baseline, scope baseline, and cost baseline. A and C are incorrect because there is no time baseline. 13. Answer, B. B is the correct answer because controlling scope, schedule, and cost generates work performance information. A is incorrect because the monitor and control project work process is used to generate the performance reports and uses work performance information as input. C is incorrect because there is no standard process with the name Develop Project Work Performance Report. D is incorrect because the Direct and Manage Project Work process does not generate work performance information, it generates work performance data instead. Chapter 14. 1. Answer, A. A is correct because work performance information, not performance reports, is an output of monitoring stakeholder engagement. B, C, and D are incorrect because they all can be output of monitoring stakeholder engagement. 2. Answer, B. B is the correct answer because the issues log is not an input to the planned communications management process, which determines the how-tos of communication. A is incorrect because the issues log is used in planning stakeholder engagement to learn about the stakeholders' issues. C and D are incorrect because the issues log is used in the manage communication and monitor communication processes to communicate the information about issues to the stakeholders and monitor these communications. 3. Answer, C. C is the correct answer because work performance data is the output of the Direct and Manage Project Work process. A and D are incorrect because neither of these processes generates work performance data. B is incorrect because no standard project management process is called Execute Project. 4. Answer, D. D is the correct answer because processes in the monitoring and controlling process group, other than those in integration management, generate work performance information. A is incorrect because work performance information is an input to the monitor and control project work process and is used to create performance reports. B and C is incorrect because neither manage communication nor direct and manage project work generate work performance information. The direct and manage project work process does generate work performance data. 5. Answer D. D is the correct answer, and A and B are not, because the monitor communication process is performed according to the communication plan and the stakeholder engagement plan, and not the communication plan alone or stakeholder engagement plan alone. C is incorrect because there is no standard project management plan called stakeholder management plan. 6. Answer B. B is correct because project communication is an input to the monitor stakeholder engagement process. A and C are incorrect because project communication is not used in these processes as a standard document. D is incorrect because there is no standard process named distribute information. 7. Answer A. A is correct because work performance information, not performance reports, is an output of monitoring stakeholder engagement. B, C, and D are incorrect because they all can be outputs of monitoring stakeholder engagement. Chapter 15. 1. Answer B. B is the correct answer because performance reports are input into the Perform integrated change control process. A and C are incorrect because the monitor and control project work process generates performance reports and does not need them, and performance reports are not input into the close project process. D is incorrect because there is no standard process with this name. 2. Answer D. D is the correct answer because no project, small or large or even cancelled ones, should skip the closing stage. A, B, and C are incorrect because no project should skip the closing stage. Each project must go through a proper closure. 3. Answer C. C is the correct answer because it is the project sponsor who signs the final closure documents and can send the project to closure at any stage of the project. A is incorrect because the project manager is responsible for managing all the activities needed to close the project, but the closure must be authorized by the sponsor. B and D are incorrect because neither the customer nor the functional manager can authorize the project closure according to the standard. 4. Answer C. C is the correct answer because the project deliverables must be accepted by running them through the validate scope process before they can become an input to the close project or phase process. A, B, and D are incorrect because the project management plan is a valid input to the close project or phase process. 5. Answer D. D is the correct answer because the project deliverables are already verified through the quality control process and then validated for their scope by the validate scope process to ensure that the planned scope and quality have been met. A, B, and C are incorrect because all these activities are conducted during the close project process. 6. Answer A. A is the correct answer because the procurements are already accepted and closed by the control procurement process. B, C, and D are incorrect because all these activities are conducted during the close project process. 7. Answer C. C is the correct answer because verified deliverables are the output of the control quality process. A, B, and D are incorrect because all these items are the output of the close project process.